Hey, stop it. I don't want him, I don't want to put a rug on him because if he ends up in the creek, it might drown him. So what we need to do is obviously we need to get proper fencing up, but it's actually quite mild. Like, I'm not cold at all, I'm getting rained on and, you know, hey, get out of it, just stop it. Like, seriously, I know it's wet. I over-wet it, I didn't mean to, because there was water in the bowl. There was water in one bowl, and, hey, cut it out. Just eat it before the girls will come and get it in a minute. It's the girls. No one's shivering actually, but this is all the water coming down here, which is interesting because we want to build up there. It's coming out of this gully there. Sorry, I just keep cutting off the bloody phone. Anyway, so it comes down here and then it's running down here. And you can see it just pouring off down here because I want to get some work done to continue our road up there, up here and up to there. And yeah, I know I need, you know, better fencing and all that, but everything costs money. Look at all this. And one of the girls is still over here. Shivering me timbers, tripping over a bloody grass, can you believe it? Standing there, she's just enjoying the water. I understand that, because it's actually quite pleasant. And then over there you can see those three, they're up high, I'm glad. I think they should be okay, barring, you know, any bad accident, because it's quite flooded over there. I hope they've got like a lot of high ground, and so do these two. I was more worried. Over here, I'm not too worried about these two because it would be hard for them to get themselves cut off because the creeks, the way the flood comes on this side, it forces them up to the high ground. Whereas over there, there's little islands that form, little temporary islands, and I didn't want them to get caught on one of those, but they're okay. I think what I need to do is this over here is fence this into a few paddocks that we can shut with gates, and then bring them all over here when we know it's going to flood. I mean, it's beautiful, the weather's fantastic. Like, I mean, we've had too much rain, yes, but it beats the droughts and the bushfires. Like, honestly, we need it. It's just been horrific. And the girls are all looking okay. The fence is a mess, but we just need some to stop raining. Like, we can't fix it. She looks all right. I've upped their feed, and as I said, I got my buckets, some white buckets. I got a whole lot, so I can make up a whole bunch of feeds for the day for them, which is good. It means if it's raining, I don't have to go out and make up a feed in the rain. We need to get sheds and things happening. Look at this. I'm just standing in wet. It's actually really pleasant. It's really warm. So here's my Mr. Skinny. He stopped kicking at his feed. The moment I'll say that, he'll start doing it again. Back with the girls. All due to have their feet done on Tuesday, all the horses. But I actually don't think they're going to be able to do it because I think we're still going to be not rained in, but the road will be so ridiculous. Our road's so bad, and if you follow me, you'll see that. I hate what you're seeing, how skinny he is. Yeah, he's a good boy. I know. Look at him. I know you want to do that, but I'm not letting you. Just look at this pouring down here. And poor Henry, it's so boring for him. He's just inside all the time. I mean, he does get to run around, but not a lot. It's just wet. He's a good boy. I'm glad I've got him. I'd be here alone. It's nice having, you know, and I feel very safe. Hello, Baba. Look, honestly, I don't make his food. I make his food. I've worked out a system. I was going to do a video on it, but it's just been too wet. So I made that like soup, didn't I? You had more soup for dinner. What's happening? You've got a very bad mum, I know. I'm sorry. Let me see what I've done with these guys. They've all got the same meal. They don't get the same meal when he's not in there. See, that's a better consistency. See that? He gets it a bit drier than that, maybe. It's hard to tell. Because I put it in a long bowl. He's got a long bowl. I was going to do a video of him eating out of his long bowl. I've just done so many flood videos. I thought, hello. Hi. Hi. Yours is a bit wet too. Gone berserk. Look at all this. It's just all pouring out. My fences that he's escaped through. I think the electric hot wire was, look at that. It's just amazing, isn't it? Look at it all just coming out of the hills. And I'll show you, see, people said, oh, where I'm living, is it dry? It is, look. This is where our camp is at the moment. You can see the water running out from behind us. Of course, it's got to run through. It's all coming out of the hill. But look, there's actually no puddles. This is what our guy did for us. We've got like a stack of dog bones. This is like so many. This is the closest thing we come to a puddle. Here. And that's Arthur's food. And you see, you can see how it just all runs off these rocks? Just all runs through, and down there you've got the waterfall. My neighbours call this the wet rocks, because it's an indicator of if it's wet, if it's not raining and these rocks are wet, it means it's going to rain because the water table's full and it's raining somewhere else, or I don't know, something like that. Don't quote me, I don't know. So you can see now, the fence is still above water at the end. You can see, I can see the, I don't know what you can make of it, but you can see the round yard's totally under. That feeder's tied to the round yard. My fence is holding out, that's good. As I say, it's very expensive fencing and building. Girls, she's got out of the water. Look, I worry about all of them, to be honest, but I worry least about Halo because she spent the most time in the wild and she got her smarts from her herd, and they would have dealt with floods before. And I'm sure wild horses get caught in floods as well, but they've got good smarts and survival and knowing how to, the ones that survive know how to avoid them. So it's just beautiful, isn't it? See, this is the creek bed. It's all full. It's filling up. That's what happens to them. That's been hollowed out over years of flooding, and it's actually filling up with water. And that's why I've got this shallow basin there beside the creek, and it becomes full of water. So it's going to be exciting to see it tomorrow. I filled up, put more petrol in my generator, and I'll put that on. I've got to get my solar power sorted out. My neighbour managed to come home in his motorbike. I don't know how he managed that. So I don't know what's happening out in the main street, but I can see my neighbours flooded like there. Their paddocks all flooded as well. And it's just washing everything out. It's clean. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And this all just comes from up in the hills where it's, you know, conservation and protected. And I'll leave it at that. Have a good evening, everyone.